Well, good day, folks. How the hell you all doing? Johnny Nocash here, and you are listening to a brand new episode of Life with Johnny Nocash. And thank you all so much for tuning in to a brand new episode. It's always cool to get behind the mic again and give you guys an update on what's been going on. As you know, this is a podcast about living on the road, life off the grid, from my perspective, as well as being a musician during the fucking end of times. But I gotta say, this is one of the most interesting locations that I'm staying at currently. And I'm gonna get into that because this is something to fucking document. But once again, I gotta say, you guys kick ass. Apparently I got over 20 5-star ratings on Spotify. So thank you very much for all the support and even simple things like rating the podcast or sharing it. Does a huge impact to the content. So thank you so much for that. That's means a lot to me. So without further ado, I want to tell you all about this week. It was my birthday week. Some weird shit happened, especially right after that psycho tried to attack me with that fucking stick. But yeah, there's some shit that I want to keep you up to date with, as well as talk about this location because it's a gem. Here we go. I'm living in a van playing outlaw tunes. Life with Johnny Nocash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Life with Johnny Nocash. Where I go, how the fuck don't know. I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans. All right. So I hope you guys do enjoy that new jingle. I know that if you are watching this on YouTube, because I have started just filming these things and editing them together and throwing them up on YouTube. What the fuck not? And I don't have like a video portion for that song. So it's really fucking awkward sitting here waiting the 15 seconds for, and guessing that that's probably when the song's going to be over. So if you're watching, yeah, I understand. I get it. But here I am. I'm in this new spot and I want to talk about that later because I need to lead up to what's been going on. So, at the top of the week, if you guys are familiar, I'm sure you are, but if you're not, I am a musician, and I released 2 songs last week, totally polar opposite fucking songs, and they kind of came out of nowhere in the sense that, like, I wasn't really prepared for a release. It seems like it's been so long since I've really released something professional, and the Yeaaaah track where I'm singing a little bit harder and heavier and things like that, that came out of nowhere. I hadn't even heard that fucking song. So that was kind of a neat treat. And it kind of motivated me. Like, it started making me think, I got to get a move on. I got to start fucking going places, and I got to start playing, and not just playing, but I got to find better spots so I can record. And all this shit's happening, that song's released. I'm gearing up for the final Celtic Outlaws song, which is called Flying Man. And that was released a few days ago. And I was also having to do, online shit. And I hate that. I hate feeling like I'm spamming, even though it's something I'm so fucking proud of. It's so weird. It's such a weird feeling. So when I'm posting things about songs that are released or being released, I don't know. It always kind of makes me feel weird. Mainly because I know that when anyone's promoting anything, they get a fraction of the amount of attention. It's just the fucking way it is, and I'm sure you guys know about that too. When you post like your painting you did or some shit, it gets nowhere near as much attention as, say, a selfie or something like that. So it's fucked. But anyway, yeah, I was gearing up for the release of Flying Man, which was recorded a few years ago, and getting nervous, and like my emotions were high because this is a send-off to my father who had passed away in a paragliding accident. And also it's, the last song that we recorded with the boys. Well, that's not true. We recorded 36 Fucks, but this was kind of like the last real original song that we all collaborated with together. And knowing that that chapter is kind of over, it's kind of sad, Now, on the other hand, it was also my birthday, which warrants a good fucking meal, better booze, and a fucking shower. So I'm having this real, strange pulling of emotions of, being, reminiscing about the times of, myself and the old man, and then reminiscing about the times with the band, and, just kind of feeling down here and there. But even though I'm supposed to be feeling very good in the sense that I'm releasing new material and it's good to get off my chest and just close that chapter. But then, at the same time, I know I'm going to be eating well. I'm going to be drinking well, at least better than normal. And I'm going to be clean. That's right. So, I mean, as you know, living in a fucking van, you ain't showering every day. And depending on where you are, it could be a long time. Now, because I was in and around Victoria so much, I was just dropping into the community centers, and they were great. It was usually about $3. Depending on where you went. Yeah, and I mean, $3 for a 30-40 minute shower if you really just want to fucking relax. I say that's a killer deal. And so I was going to the community center just outside of Langford, which is not far from Victoria. And I was going there for the shower. Now on my birthday, I was like, I'm going to fucking celebrate. This is the top of the day. I got to start it out on a high note. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get the day pass. That means I have access to the pool. I haven't gone swimming in a dog's age since, I was in Vancouver and did the front flip off the fucking diving board and cracked my ribs. Belly flop. That was the last time I went swimming. And so I decide I'm going all fucking in, paid the $6, go into the change room, getting all ready for a good day, a soak, even a steam, a fucking sauna, and the hot tub. God damn, I was excited. So I get into the fucking pool area and they start closing the lanes. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And they're like, oh, yeah. If you want to swim, you can only do it on this little tiny strip that they give you. And I'm like, why? And they said, well, it's the Elders Aquafit hour. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. What? And they're like, yeah, you can come back in an hour. I'm like, I don't want to come. I want to swim now. So this old lady looked at me and she's like, you can grab a noodle and join us if you want. And I was like, fuck it. May as well. So there I am in this pool at the fucking community center. I swear to God, the youngest person had to have been 75. They were old. And they were killing it. I mean, I only lasted half an hour. I couldn't do it. I was doing these crazy exercises and I just couldn't fucking keep up with them. And I'm like, I just felt like swimming around and fist bumping everybody. Like, good on you, good match, good. I'll be here next week. I couldn't fucking believe it. Yeah, they were incredible. And the other thing too is it also made me feel real good because I was clearly the focus of attention. And not by the women, but by the men, because they were like, don't you dare be looking at my fucking wife. It was just hilarious. The fucking cut eyes I was getting from all these old fucking boys. It was great. And then all the hairnets, it was a sight to be seen. And of course, after the 30-minute workout and I was dead, I had a fucking sauna, a steam, and then went into the hot tub, and then I fucking fucked off. But it was a great way of starting the day. And I got some I think I got some Crown Royal. And my friend Charlotte said that she had some burgers and wings and just sit down and enjoy and cake. God damn, spoiled. And, I think I ate so much fucking food that night. I don't even know how drunk I was, but I was in bed by fucking 10 o'clock and I woke up at like 3, 4 in the morning with the worst stomach hangover. I don't know if you've ever had one of those, but it's just like, oh, like it's not good. It's not fucking good. And I just felt like ass. Fuck. But, so I had a fantastic birthday, feeling decent. Everything's going well. And of course, I think everybody goes through this when, you get older. You start kind of saying to yourself, all right, what am I going to do? What do I need to do better this year or with this new age? What am I going to do? Right? And I said, yeah, I've been saying this for way too many episodes, and I know it's going to sound like a broken record, but I was saying, I got to get the fuck out of Dodge. I got to get out of Victoria. I need to go off the grid again to some mountain and write music at the level and the volume that I need to do it at. Because like I said, I can't be fucking belting out swear words at, midnight from the side street in Victoria in the back of my van. It's just not a good look. So that was my resolution, if you will. It was like, all right, this is my resolution. I got to get the fuck out of here. So that's exactly what I did. I said, I'm leaving, even though I was invited to a Super Bowl party and all this shit. I was like, no, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge and I'm going back to Mount Washington. Now, you remember this place? If you've been listening for the last 5, 6 episodes, I was on this place called Mount Washington. It kicked ass. I basically fucking commandeered this portion of the mountain for 3 weeks until I started getting scoped out by the locals. And then I left. But I was like, I'm going back there, man. That was a perfect spot. I had running water. There was a huge open space for a bonfire so you could cook. It was just incredible. And even though there was cougars there at night and stuff, I wasn't really worried too much. It was a pretty big open space. So anyway, this was my plan. So I woke up and I'm like, I'm fucking out of here. I'm finally going back to Mount Washington, which I can count on. I can count on this spot because nobody really went up there. It was one of the second best spot that I found. So I drive 3.5 hours all the way up from Victoria area to Comox up island. And I fucking get all my supplies. I get my propane, a ton of food, a bunch of booze. I am ready to fucking settle down. And I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this for a long time. So I'm driving up the mountain and there's a lot of snow. Yep. And I even fucking looked online. What's going on with the paper? This is instantaneous news. And there was like, no snow. No, there was snow. And it wasn't really like fallen snow I was worried about. What I was worried about was the snow plows had completely closed off the entrance to this logging road. And I'm talking like 2 feet of snow. And I contemplated because I pulled over. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, this was my only option. I had no backup plan. I had nothing on the back burner, which was a great idea. I should have thought of some kind of backup plan. So I'm like, fuck, maybe I could like dig it out, dig out like the road. And I'm like, you idiot, you can't fucking do that. Like, all right, you got to find a new spot. So I'm bombing around for hours, another couple hours, and there's nothing, man. Like, there's nothing in sight. There's all these neat little spots, and then you see private property signs, or there's a barricade or some sort, blocking it off. And I'm just like, for fuck's sakes, the whole point of me coming up here was to, get away from anything so I could do this shit that I want to get done. So there's nothing in sight. There's a couple options I saw, but they were also pretty sketchy in the sense of like, I think it was private property. And if you're second guessing it, the psychos around here, as you know, you don't want to take that chance. So I'm driving around and I finally find this tiny little, it's like this little driveway off the side of a fairly busy road. And it's completely like overgrowth with trees. So I know that it's like scraping the side of my van. I have no real other option. The other thing too is I've been encountered 3 times by cops and security guards and that psycho guy in a matter of 10 days. So I can't be sleeping in town anymore. Like they're just cracking down way too fucking much. And so I'm scraping the side of my van, going into this nook that I found. And it's only about 60 feet in from the road. And it's a dead end. There's this busted up mattress there and a bunch of fucking trash. And I pull in, and there's no way, you can't U-turn out of there. You can't, like, you got to back out if you were to leave. And I'm just looking at, the time, and I'm like, yeah, this has got to be it. Like, I got to stay here. And there's nowhere to have a fire because I'm just too tight, tucked into this little off-road. So I'm like, whatever, man, big fucking deal. It's a piece of shit spot because it's basically a dumping site again. But it gets even better. So I step out and I'm looking around, and this is clearly some kind of fucking pet cemetery or some kind of grave for dead animals. Because there's skulls and fucking like hooves and rib cages and fucking spines. It's just like, and it's scattered. And there's tons of them. This is a fucking, like I said, some kind of death graveyard for animals where people are clearly just coming here and dumping off the carcasses of, whatever they've killed during the hunting season. And they aren't like clean bones. It's like fucking gnarly shit. And the other thing too is there's like pelts and when I say that, I don't mean it in like, the luxurious way. Like there's fucking skin on the ground. And I'm just like, oh, this is great. Wow, you really know how to pick them, bud. I had no fucking other option though. And I'm just like, fuck. So this is where I'm going to be staying. Like I can't even open the door. And the other thing too is walking around outside would mean that I'm tracking the fucking remains of this dead animal into my van again. And surprisingly, it doesn't smell that bad. Christ. I mean, I chose this life, okay? I get it. But it just goes to show you that, like, every day you just never fucking know. So I've been here for, at this point, I think I've been here for about 24 hours, almost 24 hours. I came here last night and I was like, fuck it, man. I have no other place to record. I'm not really around any houses. Like I'm looking at the positives here. There's actually cell reception, so I will be able to upload this podcast. And I mean, it's night and day as far as how you want to look at it. I got what I was looking for, which was isolation. On the other hand, I am parked on a burial ground. And I can't have a fire because if I did, I'd be burning fucking flesh, and that wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, so there could be better places out there, and I'm gonna be on the hunt. I think I'm gonna leave here tomorrow morning. I mean, I could use this spot. It's not bad. If worst case scenario, I could come back. But I mean, yeah, this ain't the greatest spot. I wouldn't say. Oh man, but that's the update. I mean, this week has been a roller coaster of just stuff, with the birthday to the swimming with the elder aquafit team to finding this place to releasing these songs. It's just been crazy to, kind of look back and be like, well, that was one hell of a birthday week and look where the fuck I wound up. I hope this isn't foreshadowing my future. Christ, I don't want to die quite yet, let alone being dumped out in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, enough of the morbid shit. Thanks so much for tuning in. I always love fucking doing some of these like just random episodes where it's not really a super huge topic, but kind of telling you what's been going on in the last week, and this was a fun one. So, and once again, thanks for the birthday wishes. That means a lot to me too. Very kind of y'all. And like I always say, if you have a topic that you want me to cover, Christ, just about spit my tongue out there. If you have a topic you want me to cover, you have any questions or anything like that, you can always email me at lifewithjohnnynocash@gmail.com. You can always check out the brand new songs at Johnny No Cash and the Celtic Outlaws on any streaming platform, as well as Yeaaaah. That is the guest vocals I did with I guess a progressive metal band. So if you want to hear some heavier vocals, you can check out Yeaah's brand new track called Gallows. And of course, if you want to contribute to the show, you can always go to buymeacoffee.com/johnnynocashofficial, and that coffee is really converted into a beer, as y'all know, or a vodka water squirt. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to do this again. I hope you enjoy yourselves, and all the best. You better stay dusty. I'm living in a family and outlaw too. Life with Johnny No Cash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Life with Johnny No Cash. Where I go, how the fuck don't know. I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans. Correction. Those bones fucking stink. I had to move them to get the photo for the thumbnail, and Christ almighty, it stinks. I ain't staying here one more night. This is it. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. I'm out.